There's a hot dog and a soda at Costco that has cost $1.50 since 1985. Costco loses money on it on purpose, and the founder once joked he'd keep it that price forever. That hot dog tells you almost everything about how this company really works. Because Costco doesn't just underprice the hot dog. It underprices almost everything in the building. It sells over $260 billion of merchandise a year and barely marks any of it up. By every rule of retail, a company that refuses to charge more should not be one of the most profitable, most loyal retailers on earth. And yet it is. So here's the question this video answers: if Costco sells at cost, where does the profit actually come from? Start with a number most retailers would never accept. When a normal supermarket buys a product, it marks it up 25 to 50% before selling it to you. Costco caps its markup at 14% on outside brands, and 15% on its own. On average, items leave the building marked up only about 11%. If Costco buys a slab of beef for $100, it sells it to you for roughly $111. That's not a sale. That's the everyday price. The company has built a discipline around leaving money on the table, deliberately. Now, a 14% markup has to cover everything: the buildings, the wages, the electricity, the trucks. And it barely does. The merchandise business, on its own, roughly breaks even after running costs. So if the products barely make money, the company is clearly making it somewhere else. Here's the reveal. Look at where Costco's profit actually comes from, and you find something strange. Membership fees are tiny as a slice of revenue, under 2%. But they account for roughly 2/3 of the company's operating profit. Read that again. A line item that's 2% of sales produces the majority of the profit. In its 2025 financial year, that was over $5 billion in fees, almost pure profit, because it costs Costco almost nothing to collect. So the thing you thought was the business selling groceries is essentially the cost of running the real business, the subscription. Costco isn't a retailer that happens to charge a fee. It's a subscription company that happens to run stores. The low prices aren't generosity. They're the bait. They exist to get you to pay the fee and, more importantly, to renew it. And renew you do. Over 90% of members renew every year. That number is the whole company. But why are the prices so low enough that members feel they'd be foolish not to renew? This is where it becomes a machine. Cheap prices pull in more members. More members mean Costco buys in staggering volume. That volume gives Costco enormous leverage over suppliers, who cut their prices for the access. Costco passes almost all of that savings straight back to members, which makes the prices even lower, which pulls in even more members. Round and round. Now add a second piece of discipline most people never notice. A typical Costco stocks only around 4,000 products. A Walmart can carry 100,000. That sounds like a weakness. It's a weapon. By choosing just one or two products per category, Costco concentrates colossal volume behind each item. A supplier isn't competing for shelf space among 10 rivals, they're fighting to be the one. So they offer their best possible price. Fewer choices, for you, means lower prices, for you. Two more layers make this almost unfair. First, Kirkland's signature. Costco's own brand now sells around $86 billion a year, making this store brand bigger than Procter & Gamble or Kraft Heinz. When Costco puts its own product next to the one national brand it allows, it captures the profit that would normally flow to the manufacturer while still undercutting everyone else. Second, and this is the part almost nobody sees, Costco often sells the product before it has to pay for it. It turns over its entire inventory roughly every 26 days, but it pays suppliers on slower terms. The practical effect, stated in its own filings, is that vendors end up financing Costco's shelves rather than Costco's own cash. That means Costco can open new warehouses without tying up its money in inventory. The suppliers are quietly funding the expansion of the company that squeezes them. So is Costco invincible? No, and this is where the model shows its edge. The entire structure rests on one thing: trust. Members renew because they believe Costco gives them the lowest honest price every time. The moment that belief cracks, the moment markups quietly creep up, or quality slips, the flywheel runs in reverse. And because the product business barely makes money, Costco has almost no cushion. It can't fix a bad year by simply charging more, the way a normal retailer would, without betraying the very promise that makes members renew. Its growth is also concentrated. The United States and Canada still drive the overwhelming majority of its profit. Costco's genius and Costco's vulnerability are the same fact. It has tied its survival to never disappointing its members. So, the resolution: Costco doesn't make money selling you things. It makes money selling you membership, and it keeps that membership by being relentlessly, almost painfully cheap. The insight is this: Costco took the discount, which for everyone else is a cost, and turned it into its most profitable product. And the larger lesson reaches far beyond one warehouse. The strongest businesses often separate the thing customers love from the thing that pays the bills, then align them so tightly that doing right by the customer is the profit engine. Amazon does it with Prime. Apple does it with its ecosystem. Costco just did it first, with a hot dog and a membership card. Once you see that split, what they love versus what pays, you start seeing it everywhere.